Hello, hello, English learners. Welcome to the Easy English podcast from English Life Channel, your cozy little place to learn English through real daily life conversations. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Alex, let me ask you something. Imagine you meet someone new. They smile, they seem friendly, everything feels fine. Then suddenly they ask, "So, tell me about yourself."
No. That question sounds friendly, but it feels like a trap.
A trap?
Yes, because before the question, I know who I am. I have a life. I have hobbies. I have opinions. But the moment someone says, "Tell me about yourself," my brain goes completely empty.
Haha. So what would you say?
I would probably say, "I'm Alex. I like coffee. I work. I'm friendly, I think." And then I would smile like everything is okay, but inside I would be panicking.
And that is exactly why today's episode matters.
Because so many English learners know the answer in their heart, but they cannot organize it in English quickly.
Exactly. You start thinking, should I talk about my job, my family, my studies, my personality? What if I sound boring? What if I say too much? What if my English is wrong?
And while you are thinking all of that, the other person is just standing there, waiting.
If that has ever happened to you, you are not alone. Talking about yourself in English is not just about vocabulary. It is personal. You want to sound clear, confident, and natural, but you also want to sound like yourself.
Not like a robot.
Not like a job application.
And not like you memorized one perfect answer from the internet.
Exactly. Today, we will practice how to talk about yourself with confidence, warmth, and personality. You will learn how to introduce yourself, talk about your background, describe your personality, share your interests, and speak about your goals in a natural way.
And we will keep it practical. Bad answers, better answers, real examples, and phrases you can actually use.
So don't just listen quietly. Repeat some sentences with us. Try your own answers. Even if your sentence is not perfect, say it out loud.
Because confidence does not come from waiting until your English is perfect.
It comes from speaking, trying, and becoming a little more comfortable each time.
Okay, Sarah, I need this one.
Then let's start with the real question. Why does "tell me about yourself" feel so easy until someone actually asks it?
Because it is too open. If someone asks, "Where are you from?" I can answer. If they ask, "What do you do?" I can answer. But "tell me about yourself" feels like they are asking for my whole life, my dreams, my breakfast, and my emotional history.
Maybe not your breakfast.
Depends on the breakfast.
Fair, but you are right. The question feels big because it has no clear border. So your brain asks, where do I start?
And then my brain chooses the worst place to start.
Like saying, I'm friendly, I think.
Exactly. That was not my strongest moment.
So we need a simple structure. Here is the first rule. When someone says, tell me about yourself, do not tell them everything. Give them a small doorway into your life.
A small doorway, not the whole house.
Exactly. You only need enough information to start a conversation.
So the goal is not to impress them.
Right. The goal is to connect with them.
That already feels easier.
Good. A simple answer can have 3 parts: your current life, 1 background detail, and 1 human detail.
Current life, background detail, human detail.
Yes. For example, I'm Sarah. I work in education, and I've always been interested in helping people communicate more clearly. Outside of work, I love quiet mornings, coffee, and long conversations with people who make me think.
That sounds natural. It gives information, but it also feels like you.
That is what we want. Now give me a bad version first.
My name is Alex. I am from Manchester. I work in marketing. I like music. I am friendly. I want success.
Understandable, but flat.
Very flat, like a pancake with no butter.
Now make it better.
I'm Alex. I'm from Manchester, and I work in marketing, mostly helping small businesses explain their ideas more clearly. I've always enjoyed creative work, especially anything connected to stories. Outside work, I'm usually listening to music, or trying to become the kind of person who exercises without complaining.
Much better. That sounds like a real person.
It has personality.
Yes, it gives the listener something to respond to. They can ask about marketing, stories, music, or exercise.
Hopefully not exercise. I was hoping they would ask about music.
Haha, fair. But the point is, your answer opens doors.
A good answer opens doors.
Say that idea with us slowly. A good answer opens doors.
A good answer opens doors.
And if you are listening, try your own simple version now. Say your name, say what you are doing these days, and add one small detail that feels real.
Simple is fine. You could say something like, I'm Alex, and these days I'm working on speaking more confidently.
Nice. Now let's practice the first real situation, meeting someone new.
Casual or professional?
Let's start casual. Imagine you are at a small dinner with friends, and someone says, "So, Sarah, tell me about yourself."
You are not allowed to say, I'm friendly, I think.
Haha, I promise. I might say, "I'm Sarah. I work in education, and I spend a lot of time thinking about how people learn languages. Outside of that, I'm pretty calm. I like quiet places, slow mornings, and conversations that feel honest."
That answer feels warm. It does not feel like a speech.
Right. Now you try.
I'm Alex. I work in marketing, but I'm probably happiest when I'm doing something creative. I like music, good coffee, and people who can laugh at small problems.
That sentence has your personality.
Because I am a small problem laugher.
That may be your new title.
Haha, put it on my business card.
Now let's make it professional. Imagine you are in a workplace meeting, and someone says, "Could you briefly introduce yourself?"
Briefly. That word is important. It means do not give your childhood story.
Exactly. A professional introduction should be clear and relevant. You can say, "I'm Sarah. My background is in education and communication, and I focus mainly on helping learners build confidence with real English. I'm especially interested in practical language people can use immediately."
That sounds professional, but not cold.
Yes, now your turn.
I'm Alex. My background is in marketing and content strategy. I work mostly with small businesses, helping them communicate their message in a clearer and more human way.
That gives the listener a clear picture of what you do.
That felt easier because I had a structure.
Structure gives confidence. When your mind knows the path, your mouth can follow.
That is another strong line.
Say it with us slowly. When your mind knows the path, your mouth can follow.
When your mind knows the path, your mouth can follow.
Now let's move to background. This word is important. Your background is your history. It can include where you grew up, what you studied, your work experience, your culture, your family environment, or the experiences that shaped you.
Shaped you. That means made you the person you are now.
Exactly. But here is the mistake. Many learners talk about background like a list.
I was born in this city. I studied this subject. I worked here. Then I moved there.
That is understandable, but it can feel dry.
Dry means not interesting.
Right. A better background answer sounds like a small journey.
A small journey, not a biography.
Exactly. For example, instead of saying, "I studied business, I worked in sales, now I work in marketing," you can say, "I studied business, and my first job was actually in sales. That experience taught me how people make decisions, and over time, I became more interested in marketing and storytelling."
That sounds much more connected.
Because it explains the movement from one part of your life to another.
The phrase over time is really useful here.
Very useful. Over time means gradually, not suddenly. It shows development.
Let me try. I started out in customer service, but over time I became more interested in training new employees because I enjoyed helping people feel more confident.
That sounds natural and mature.
Mature means thoughtful and grown up.
Yes. And when you talk about your background, you can use phrases like, "I grew up in," "I was raised in," "I'm originally from," My background is in, I started out in, I ended up working in, and that experience taught me.
That already sounds more natural than a list.
Exactly, but do not try to use all of them at once. Just choose the phrase that fits your story.
Good, because if I use all of them at once, my introduction will become a documentary.
Haha, and we are not making a documentary today.
Not yet.
Now role play. You are at an online English class. The teacher says, Alex, tell us a little about your background.
Online class introductions. The camera is on. Everyone is looking. My soul is leaving.
Haha, stay with us. Give the bad answer first.
I am from Manchester. I studied business. I work. I like English. Thank you.
Clear, but too short. It stops the conversation.
Better version?
Yes.
Sure. I'm originally from Manchester, and my background is in business and marketing. I started learning English more seriously because I wanted to sound more natural in international conversations. These days, I'm trying to become more confident speaking without preparing every sentence in my head first.
Now that feels like a real introduction.
It feels honest, especially the part about preparing every sentence.
Many learners do that. They build a sentence in their head, check it, fix it, translate it, and by the time they are ready, the conversation has moved on.
Yes, that is painfully true.
So here is a useful sentence. I'm trying to speak more naturally without translating every sentence in my head.
I'm trying to speak more naturally without translating every sentence in my head.
If that sentence feels true for you, say your own version out loud. Make it simple. Make it real.
You could say, I'm trying to speak more naturally and trust myself more.
Beautiful. Now let's talk about personality. This is where many people become too generic.
Generic means not specific, right?
Correct. A generic answer could belong to anyone. For example, I'm hardworking, friendly, and passionate.
Those words are not wrong.
Not wrong, but they are overused. If you use them alone, they do not show much.
So we need examples.
Exactly. Do not just label yourself. Show a small moment.
Instead of saying, I'm organized, I can say, I'm the kind of person who writes a list and then writes another list to organize the first list.
Haha, that is very organized.
Maybe too organized.
But memorable. Instead of saying, I'm calm, you can say, I tend to stay calm when things become stressful, which helps people around me relax too.
That shows the personality in action.
Yes, and that is the point. A personality word is good, but a personality moment is better.
A personality moment.
Exactly. If you say, I am patient, that is okay. But if you say, I tend to stay patient when someone needs extra time to understand something, now I can actually imagine you.
That feels more human.
Yes. And you can also say, people often describe me as, or, one thing I've learned about myself is, or, I'm at my best when.
That one is excellent. I'm at my best when I have time to think deeply before I respond.
That sentence tells me something specific about how you work.
What if someone thinks their personality is boring?
First, most people are not boring. They are just describing themselves in a boring way.
That is comforting and slightly painful.
It is true. A quiet person is not boring. A careful person is not boring. A simple life is not boring. You just need to describe it with detail.
Give me an example.
Instead of saying, I'm quiet, say, I tend to be quiet when I first meet people, but once I feel comfortable, I enjoy deeper conversations.
Much better.
Instead of saying, I'm simple, say, I enjoy simple things, like peaceful mornings, familiar places, and people I can be myself around.
That is beautiful. It makes simple sound meaningful.
Because it is meaningful.
Let me ask a learner question. What if I do not know the perfect personality word?
Use a small situation instead. You do not need the perfect adjective. You can say, I'm the kind of person who likes to understand things before making a decision.
That shows careful, thoughtful, maybe analytical.
Exactly. The sentence does the work for you.
So if I forget the word introverted, I can say, I need quiet time after social situations.
Perfect. That is actually more natural than just saying introverted.
I like this strategy.
Try this now in your own way. Say one sentence that starts with the feeling of, I'm the kind of person who, and finish it with a real detail about yourself.
For example, I'm the kind of person who remembers small details about people.
Or, I'm the kind of person who needs a little time before I open up.
Open up means become more comfortable and share more.
Exactly.
Now hobbies. I love hobbies, but I also make them sound boring.
Many people do. They say, I like music, I like reading, I like travel.
That sounds like a profile from 2009.
Haha, a little. To make hobbies interesting, add why. Why do you like it? How did you start? What does it give you?
So hobby plus feeling.
Yes, hobby plus feeling plus one specific detail.
Example?
I'm really into photography because it helps me notice small details in everyday life, like light on a street or the expression on someone's face.
That has texture.
Good word. Texture means detail, color, and feeling.
Let me try music. Bad version first. I like music.
Better version?
I've always had a soft spot for old songs because they remind me of different times in my life. Sometimes one song can bring back a whole memory.
That one feels much more personal.
It sounds more emotional.
Yes, because you added why it matters to you.
Soft spot is a lovely phrase.
It is. If you have a soft spot for something, you feel special affection for it.
I have a soft spot for old songs, late-night snacks, and people who say, no worries.
Haha, very specific.
Another phrase?
I've recently gotten into. This means you recently started enjoying something.
I've recently gotten into cooking because it gives me a way to slow down after work.
Nice. Another phrase is, I'm drawn to.
That sounds advanced.
It is a strong B2 to C1 phrase. If you are drawn to something, you feel naturally interested in it.
I'm drawn to creative people because they make ordinary things feel interesting.
That sounds thoughtful without sounding heavy.
What about travel? Many people say they like travel.
Make it deeper. Instead of, I like traveling, say, I love traveling because it reminds me that there are many different ways to live, think, eat, work, and connect with people.
That sounds thoughtful.
Yes, it gives meaning.
So if someone listening wants to practice this, they should take one hobby and add the reason.
Exactly. Say the hobby, then say why it matters to you.
Like, I'm really into walking because it helps me clear my mind.
Or, I'm really into reading because it helps me understand people better.
Good. Now strengths. This is a sensitive area.
Yes, many English learners feel uncomfortable saying positive things about themselves.
Because they do not want to sound arrogant.
Exactly. Arrogant means acting like you are better than other people. But confidence is different. Confidence is simply recognizing what you can do.
Confidence is not arrogance.
Right. Here is a useful phrase. I think one of my strengths is.
That phrase sounds balanced.
Yes. For example, I think one of my strengths is staying patient when a situation becomes complicated.
Nice. It is positive, but not too proud.
Another phrase is, I've become much better at.
I've become much better at speaking up in meetings, even when I feel nervous.
That shows progress, which makes the answer feel honest.
And you can say, I'm proud of the way
Yes.
I'm proud of the way I keep trying, even when progress feels slow.
That is a beautiful sentence for English learners.
Because progress can feel slow.
Yes, but slow progress is still progress.
Say that again.
Slow progress is still progress.
Slow progress is still progress.
Now role play. Imagine a job interview. The interviewer says, what would you say is one of your strengths?
My hands are immediately cold.
Give the bad answer first.
I am very hardworking and very good.
Not enough.
Better answer, I think one of my strengths is that I stay calm when there is pressure. In my last role, that helped me communicate clearly with customers even when the situation was stressful.
That answer works because you gave the strength and an example.
So the formula is strength plus proof.
Exactly. Strength plus proof. Without proof, it sounds like a claim. With proof, it sounds believable.
That makes sense. If I just say, I'm patient, people may believe me or not. But if I show where my patience helped, it becomes real.
Exactly. And that is what natural confidence sounds like. It does not need to shout.
It just needs to stand calmly.
Beautifully said.
Now, weaknesses.
Weaknesses can be tricky, but they can also make you sound self-aware.
Self-aware means you understand yourself.
Correct. The key is this: mention the weakness, but also mention what you are doing about it.
Weakness plus progress.
Exactly. Do not say, I am terrible at speaking English.
Very dramatic.
Instead say, I sometimes hesitate when I speak English because I want to be accurate, but I'm learning to focus more on communication than perfection.
That is so much better.
It is honest, but it is not self-attack.
Self-attack is when you speak against yourself.
Yes, and many learners do that. They say, my English is bad, before anyone even says anything.
I understand why. They feel embarrassed.
Of course, but you can be honest without hurting your own confidence.
What should they say instead?
I'm still improving, so I may take a moment, but I'm happy to explain.
That sounds confident.
Yes, and there are many natural ways to talk about growth. You can say, something I'm working on is speaking more directly when I need help.
Or, I sometimes struggle with overthinking, so I'm trying to make decisions with a little more trust in myself.
That sounds honest without being too heavy.
That got deep.
Good English often gets a little deep.
Role play?
Yes. Imagine a colleague asks, is there anything you're trying to improve right now?
Bad answer. Everything. My life is a construction site.
Haha, funny, but maybe too much for work.
Better answer. I'm trying to get better at speaking up earlier in conversations. Sometimes I wait until my sentence feels perfect, but I'm learning that it is better to contribute naturally than to stay silent.
That directly connects to English confidence.
And it feels real.
Say this shorter version with us. I'm learning to contribute naturally instead of waiting for the perfect sentence.
I'm learning to contribute naturally instead of waiting for the perfect sentence.
If you are listening, make that idea your own. Say one thing you are learning to do and one thing you are learning to stop doing.
For example, I'm learning to trust myself instead of checking every sentence in my head.
Perfect.
Now, goals and dreams.
This part feels personal.
It does. When you talk about your goals, you show people what matters to you.
And that can feel vulnerable.
Vulnerable means emotionally open, right?
Yes. When you talk about a goal, people can see what you care about. And sometimes that feels risky.
So how do I talk about goals without sounding dramatic?
Use natural phrases. You can say, I'm working towards speaking more confidently in professional situations.
Or, I'd love to travel more and experience different cultures in a deeper way.
Or, long term, I'd like to build a career that gives me both stability and creative freedom.
Stability means safety or security. Creative freedom means space to express your own ideas.
Exactly.
What if someone does not have a big dream?
Then they should not invent one. A simple, honest goal is better than a fake, dramatic goal.
Give me one.
Right now, my main goal is to become more comfortable in everyday English conversations.
That is real.
Or, at this point in my life, I'm trying to build better habits and feel more confident in myself.
That is also real.
The phrase, at this point in my life, is very useful. It means right now, in this season of your life.
At this point in my life, I want more balance.
That is clear, natural, and relatable.
Balance is a goal many people understand.
Yes. Now let's connect the goal to the why.
The why makes it stronger.
Exactly. Instead of saying, I want to improve my English, say, I want to improve my English because I want to express my ideas clearly and connect with people more naturally.
That feels bigger.
Because it shows purpose.
And it sounds more personal.
Yes, the reason gives your sentence emotional weight.
Emotional weight. I like that.
It means your sentence has feeling behind it. It is not just information.
So if I say, I want to speak English better, that is fine.
Yes.
But if I say, I want to speak English better because I want people to hear my real ideas, that feels stronger.
Exactly. That is the heart of this episode.
Not just speaking correctly.
Speaking as yourself.
Not just using English.
Living a little more of your real personality through English.
That feels meaningful.
It is. And before we close, let's build a full answer in a natural way. Not a perfect answer, just a real one.
Good. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I'm Alex. I'm originally from Manchester, and these days I work in marketing. I've always been interested in stories because they help people connect. Outside of work, I'm really into music and long walks. One thing I'm working on is speaking with more confidence and less pressure.
That sounds natural, clear, and personal.
And it does not sound memorized.
Exactly. It has structure, but it still sounds like you.
Now your turn.
I'm Sarah. I work in education, and I've always been interested in communication because words can help people feel understood. Outside of work, I enjoy coffee, reading, and peaceful mornings. These days, I'm trying to be more present in my daily life.
That feels calm. It matches your personality.
That is the point. Your answer should match you.
So if you are quiet, your answer can be quiet.
If you are funny, your answer can be funny.
If you are serious, your answer can be thoughtful.
If you are still learning, your answer can be simple.
But it should still feel like you.
Exactly.
And if someone listening wants to practice, what should they do?
Start with one real sentence about yourself. Not a perfect sentence, a real sentence.
Maybe something like, I'm someone who enjoys simple things, like quiet mornings and honest conversations.
Or, I'm working on speaking English more naturally because I want people to hear my real ideas.
Or, I tend to be quiet at first, but I open up when I feel comfortable.
Beautiful. Choose one sentence like that. Say it out loud. Then say it again with a little more confidence.
And if it feels strange at first, that is normal.
Yes, new sentences often feel strange before they feel natural.
Confidence comes after practice, not before practice.
Exactly. And remember, your answer does not need to sound impressive.
It does not need to sound perfect.
It does not need to sound like someone else's answer.
It just needs to sound honest enough for the conversation to continue.
Because when you talk about yourself in English, the goal is not to perform. The goal is to connect.
Not perform. Connect.
Yes, keep that in your mind.
So the next time someone says, "Tell me about yourself," do not panic.
Start small.
Say where you are now.
Add one detail that feels human.
And let the conversation continue.
You do not need to tell your whole life in one answer.
You only need to open one door.
And if you make a mistake,
Keep going.
if you forget a word,
Use another word.
if your sentence is not perfect,
Finish the thought anyway.
because communication is bigger than perfection.
That feels freeing.
Now, here is your comment practice. Write one real sentence about yourself in the comments.
It can be simple. For example, I'm someone who is still learning, but I'm becoming more confident every day.
Or, I'm working on speaking English more naturally because I want to express my real personality.
Or write your own sentence in your own way.
Simple is perfect. Honest is better than impressive.
And when you write it, you are not just commenting, you are practicing your real English.
If this episode helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another English learner who wants to speak with more confidence.
Keep practicing. Keep speaking. Keep showing people the real you through your English.
Because the world does not only need your correct sentences,
It needs your voice,
your ideas,
your stories.
and your confidence. This is Sarah.
And this is Alex.
Thank you for listening to the Easy English podcast from English Life Channel.
Keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.